Hi class, my name is Dr. Delmar and I'll be your professor for this course. I wanted to put a face to the name. First and foremost, I wanted to just let you know that I am an adjunct professor. That means I work part-time for eCore and I work full-time. So I completely understand if you are working, if you're a parent, if you've got your hands in multiple things and you're trying to work on your coursework. So what I can always promise you is that I will be very flexible with you. Anytime you need anything, just let me know. The biggest thing for you to understand is that I do accept late work, but you have to turn in some work to pass this class. Generally, most students pass my courses. Only if students just stop turning work in do they find that there's no way to recover. Because this is a very quick course that occurs over just a matter of a few weeks, and because there are several assignments that are weighted very heavily, it's almost impossible to pass if you don't turn in an assignment. So I certainly hope that you find success. The one thing I like to also tell students is that some of the work seems very comprehensive. I don't create the course work, the assignments. Those are developed by course instructional designers for the school. You know, if you have questions, I'll help you with it, but I don't want you to think that, oh, Dr. Delmar is just out here trying to create the most complex assignments in the world. And I say that because you might find it a little surprising when you see some of the discussion boards. They read more like full-on assignments than they do just a quick post, you know, of a couple of hundred words. So our discussions are very in-depth. They take time, so don't wait to the last minute. So I like to prepare you ahead of time so you don't get caught off guard by that. With that being said, to help balance the scales in your favor, I have removed a couple of the assignments. So if you see anything, for example, referencing an assignment, say quiz 1, 2, or 3, I've removed those 3 quizzes because I wanted you to be able to start on a strong footing. So if I was able to have some wiggle room with some of the assignments, I took advantage of that wiggle room to help you out. So it's important that you look at the course schedule, which I've had posted here on the screen as I was speaking. The course schedule tells you exactly what is due and when. If it's not on this list, it's not an assignment. And then you'll see that there's a due date and an end date for each discussion board. So you'll see a due date and an end date, due date and an end date. What really you want to pay attention to is just the end date, because the end date is when you have to have your initial post and your replies turned in by. So the due date just flags your calendar to say, hey, you need to be working on this, go ahead and get ready and post. But if you don't post by the due date, that's okay, as long as you have everything posted, initial and replies, by the end date. And of course, I always say don't wait till the last minute because someone else can't reply to you if you haven't posted your assignment. And again, you know, I'm really flexible with you, so if you need any support, let me know. You'll see that I give you a little bit more time in between assignments in the beginning than the end. The unfortunate thing is that this is an 8-week class and there's a lot of assignments and there's only so many dates on the calendar. So I've tried to spread them out. And what I really want you to do is just start working on these ahead of time. Don't get behind. And then, you know, finally, I'll just reiterate what I already said, is you cannot pass a class if you don't turn in an assignment. So don't second guess yourself. Don't say, I don't understand this assignment and I'm not going to turn it in. I don't think I have good quality work. If you do that and you second guess yourself, of course you're going to make a 0 because you didn't turn in anything. Students are most often surprised at how well they do in my class because this is about the experience and the exposure to material. I am not trying to nickel and dime you out of being successful in this class. So you trust me and do your work and all will be fine. So you have the schedule here, so that's on the top of your banner, and then there's also the syllabus with my contact information, and then most importantly there is the late policy that talks about the fact that you know, zeros are highly discouraged. So syllabus and then schedule is here, and then if you go into content you'll see that each assignment has a due date flagged. One last thing I just wanted to add to this, not to belay the point, but every week I post at least one weekly announcement, and I generally give you guidance on what's coming up and what's due. So I might say, hey, I'm working on the grades for this assignment, but this week you should be turning in blah, blah, blah. So my weekly announcements are really important to read because it helps you manage what's coming up for that week. Good luck to you, and I'm sure you'll be successful in this class, and I can't wait to get started.